One of the big reasons that I think I quit using the Fitbit, as I mentioned in a video a couple of days ago, is that the data for me wasn't actionable. And that's something that, as I have approached data problems of all sorts, whether it's looking at web traffic statistics or whether it's looking at my own health behavior, it's the data that I'm collecting, is it actionable? And I think in the whole scheme of gathering data, people get too caught up in being able to look at the data and what I would effectively call data porn, where you can see I walked lots and lots of steps, or you can see that a specific web page got lots of traffic, but in both of those cases that doesn't actually translate into something that you can use to inform a decision to necessarily make yourself better. The steps in and of themselves are not useful unless they translated to a behavioral change, or that you can measure that you got a behavioral change. And similarly, like something like web traffic, just the traffic itself isn't meaningful unless there's a story that goes along with where the traffic came from, why it showed up, what those people did after they arrived, things like that. And so I think there's a fundamental tendency to look at pure statistics. That's why in the social media world, people seem to get caught up into how many followers do you have, how many retweets did something get, when those aren't actually things that are measurable in a way that actually translates to real business value, or even real social value, because having lots of followers doesn't mean you actually have any tangible relationship with those people. And so rather than focusing on the sheer numbers aspect of anything that you do, you should look at, is the data that I'm focused on actually supporting a question that I wanted to answer? So if really all you wanted to know is, am I growing the number of followers, then something like total number of followers is a meaningful metric. But if you're wanting to know, am I building relationships with customers through social media, then total number of followers is not actually a measure of whether or not you've actually built a relationship, because you have no idea whether or not those followers are actually customers or potential customers. You just know that they followed the account. And so to kind of sum up, whether you're talking about your own personal fitness, whether you're talking about measuring web metrics, or whether you're talking about social media behavior, or really absolutely anything, you should ask, is it actionable, before you really dig into the data.